G'day. Yes, I am here to discuss this issue of the conflict between the advocates of creationism and the advocates of evolutionary theory. Now, I reject the atheistic impulses that a lot of the evolutionists have. So I reject that part. But I think there are a lot of parts of evolutionary theory that are scientifically correct. And there are some gaps in some of these theories, and I wouldn't hold them up as being 100% correct. But I think there is some sort of evolution that has happened over the years. And basically, my belief is that God created the world, and He used things that when He created the animals and plants and all that, He gave them certain characteristics that were the kind of characteristics that someone could expect from evolution, or maybe He created the world and let things evolve from there. So in that sense, evolution could be scientifically correct with God beginning the process or guiding it along, or giving things the characteristics that could have been expected from evolutionary theory. Also, I reject the six-day creation story as a literal tale of creation, the story that we see in the Bible. I think that one was more of an allegory and should not be taken literally. The evidence I have for my belief is the fact that the six-day creation tale shows that the earth had light all at the same time and had nighttime all at the same time. So you had daylight at certain times and nighttime at certain times. And this implies that the entire earth had daylight at the same time and had nighttime at the same time. It gives the appearance of earth being a flat surface with the sun revolving around it, so that the entire earth's surface would be exposed to the sunlight at the same time. And we now know that this is incorrect. I think most of us, including the so-called fundamentalists, would agree that the earth is a sphere, shaped kind of like a sphere, and that it revolves around its axis, thereby exposing part of the Earth's surface to the sunlight, while the other part of the Earth's surface is not exposed to the sunlight. So one part of the Earth has daytime, while the other part of the Earth has nighttime. I think that God inspired Moses' people to write the six-day creation tale in a way that would justify the seventh-day Sabbath. I would say that God made the seventh day holy because it's part of the ancient Mosaic covenant of the Israelite people. And so He inspired them to write the creation tale in a way that would justify the seventh-day Sabbath. And so that's why I believe that it shows God creating everything in 6 days and resting on the seventh day. So in an allegorical sense, we can go with the six-day creation tale, but I would not say that it is scientifically accurate. It must be remembered that scientific research is to be done with the assumption that you don't have miraculous events intruding. You just go with the way things would have turned out in the absence of miraculous and supernatural events. So you could have a scientist who believes in the possibilities of miracles, and yet he does not let that intrude on his scientific research, because a miracle would be beyond the realm of scientific research. It would be something almost by definition. It would not be provable by science, although some miracles might have scientific evidence. There would be other miracles that would be beyond the realm of science. Also, it must be noted that there are other parts of the Bible that talk about the way the earth was set up. Some of those parts of the Bible do not show the earth being a flat surface with the sun revolving around it. There are Bible verses which describe the earth as an orb, like a spheroid, which is pretty much the way scientists portray the earth today. So it would seem to me that the authors of the later parts of the Bible had more knowledge or scientific research than the authors of those early parts of the Bible. Also, the people who wrote the book of Genesis may have been describing the earth as it appears to someone on the surface of the earth, rather than trying to give a scientifically accurate account of what the earth and the solar system are like. And we have to admit, if somebody is on the surface of the earth, then it often does appear as if the earth's surface is a relatively flat, except for the mountains, of course, but a relatively flat surface with the sun revolving around it, so that somebody could easily think that the whole earth gets sunlight at the same time and think that the whole earth has darkness at the same time. In fact, we still use expressions that reflect the way we see things. For example, people talk about the sun rising and setting, even if the person knows that the sun is not the one that's doing the movement. I think most of us know or assume that the Earth's rotation around its axis is what is causing it to appear as if the sun is rising and setting, and we tend to describe things the way they appear to someone at a point on the Earth's surface. Just imagine what the conversation would be like if someone were trying to be scientifically accurate when he is speaking. Instead of saying that he got up right after the sun rose, well, he would have to say he got up right after his point on the Earth's surface had moved to a position where that point was now exposed to the rays of the sun. So you can see in normal conversation you wouldn't describe things that way. So that's my view regarding the creation tell in the book of Genesis. It was more describing things the way they appeared to people on the surface of the earth, not a scientifically accurate description, but it was good enough for them, and in some ways it's good enough for us too, because in daily life, until you had access to modern inventions, you could say things like, well, everybody has daylight right now, but then we start having modern communications and stuff, and we now know about time zones and stuff like that, so if he's calling somebody far away, he now knows that it might not be daytime there, even though it's daytime where he is. But we still speak of the sun rising and setting as if we didn't know that the sun does not rise and set. And like I said before, I think Moses' people were trying to justify their seventh-day Sabbath. Tied that one in there into the six-day creation tell. And in my attitude regarding Noah's Ark, it's kind of the same way. There was probably a great flood that covered the earth. May have had humans in various places building arks and having animals, and so or the animals in that area were able to escape while those in the surrounding areas were harmed. You have these legends in various parts of the world about floods, and they have stories that are very much like the Noah's Ark story, and it's almost as if each little area had its own Noah, its own version of Noah that was doing things like that, and maybe a Noah in each neighborhood even, right? It saved some of the animals, while the vast majority of the land would get covered with the deluge, the flood, as we might call it. And also in the book of Revelation, there's a verse which says that the serpent was Satan. So that was almost certainly a reference to the serpent in the Garden of Eden in the creation tell. And that's one more piece of evidence that the six-day creation tell was designed as an allegory. Because if it were designed as a scientifically accurate story, it's pretty doubtful they would have Satan being a serpent and all that, all right? Okay, so that's basically my feelings on this. So don't take the six-day creation tell as a scientifically accurate story. All right, bye.